It's almost like every time a new artist come out of nowhere with a major hit, fans and hip-hop enthusiasts start labeling them an industry plant. And Doechii is the latest artist to fall under that label. She released a track called The Nile is a River, got a Grammy nomination for her album Alligator Bites Never Heal, and co-signs from A-list artists like Kendrick Lamar. With a lot of these things happening at one time, fans was quick to call Doechii an industry plant. Like this tweet that says, "Now look, me personally, I don't think Doechii is an industry plant. And to understand why I feel that way, we have to take a deep dive into all of the accusations." What's up? I'm CBE Frank, and I make music related content. So if you want to stay in the loop, go on ahead, like and subscribe to my channel where I post videos every other week. Like I said before, I don't agree with fans calling Doechii an industry plant. I'm actually a big fan of Doechii, and I've been following her for a little while now. So with that said, I'm finna explain to y'all why I believe she's not an industry plant. For the average hip-hop fan, I can see how it seems like Doechii just came out of nowhere, especially after releasing a Grammy-nominated album in August of 2024. Doechii's name has been everywhere. I'm talking about it's been mentioned in countless hip-hop blogs. She landed an interview with Rolling Stone on their YouTube channel. She was featured on Katy Perry's album, and she even landed a feature on Tyler, the Creator's highly anticipated album, Chromecopia, on the song Balloon. But what probably put the icing on the cake for fans and hip-hop enthusiasts to call Doechii an industry plant was the fact that she had multiple nominations for the Grammy Awards. Doechii also did a Tiny Desk concert on YouTube. She had an interview with Nardwuar, and she did a Genius performance, among a bunch of other accolades I will mention later. But I should mention that during this time, she was going viral on TikTok. Doechii has also managed to get a lot of shout-outs from A-list heavy hitters early in her career. People such as Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, SZA shouted her out. Even Phineas gave her a shout out. All of these things happening at one time really made fans think that she was an industry plant. Hell, I would have thought she was one too, especially if I was a casual hip hop fan. Then I went online and seen everybody else calling her one too without doing my proper research into her back catalog. Would have definitely had solidified it for me too. But if you take a closer look at the industry, you will see many examples of A-list artists working with no-name artists all the time. For example, let's look at Tyler, the Creator, on his album Call Me If You Get Lost. He put an artist named Doechii World on the track Rise. Now at that time, Doechii World didn't even have no music out of their own on any platforms. And then even more recently, we can take a look at Kendrick Lamar, who found a singer at a Dodgers game during a World Series who has put her vocals all throughout his GNX album. And a real hip hop fan knows, in order to stay on top of the music industry, you have to know what's next. You have to know what sound is next. You have to know what people are listening to right now. And anybody with a brain and two ears could tell that Doechii was next up when you listen to her music. But even with all that said, that still don't stop people from calling her an industry plant. Now, Doechii's album Alligator Bites Never Heal debuted at 124 on Billboard's Top 200 and still only sold 11,000 copies first week. With those type of sales, fans was left wondering how was she able to get multiple Grammy nominations. But what those fans don't realize is people like myself has been noticing Doechii and her rise to fame for a while now. Doechii grew up as a talented kid in Tampa, Florida, who was involved in tap dancing, cheerleading, playing sports, and gymnastics. She also went to a performance art school, and she was on track to go to college for classical chorus singing. And then one day she learned about SoundCloud and DIY theme music from one of her friends back in 2015. That's when she started making music at her friend's house to later post on SoundCloud. Back then, she was going under the name iamdoechii, which you can still find a lot of her older music on YouTube if you search hard enough. And while you're doing your research, you may come across old videos of Doechii back in the day. See, back in the day, Doechii used to document her musical journey and also make random vlogs of her doing random stuff like any normal person that's trying to break into the music industry. So clearly Doechii has a back catalog of her own music and videos of her just trying to make it as an artist into the music industry. After years of grinding and posting music and music videos onto her YouTube channel, she finally got her breakthrough with the song Yucky Blucky Fruitcake. And that song started to go viral on TikTok. And Doechii finally got the attention she'd been looking for from her music. By the summer of 2021, Yucky Blucky Fruitcake has reached over 20 million streams on on Spotify and had over 2 million views on YouTube. After she blew up, she ended up signing a joint deal with Capitol Records, who was in charge of her publishing, and also signed to the legendary West Coast label TDE, also known as Top Dog Entertainment, who is responsible for artists like J-Rock, SZA, Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, and a bunch more. And then the following year of 2022, Doechii was named one of Hip Hop DX's rising star. She was also featured on XXL freshman cover list, which, let's be honest, nobody really cares about the XXL freshman cover list anymore. With all of this background knowledge I just dropped on y'all about Doechii, you're probably sitting there wondering, why are you just now hearing about Doechii? Why didn't the industry give her a push back in 2021 and 2022 when she first got signed? Well, they did. Her label actually tried to get her in the mix early on in her career, but at that time, nothing really was catching on for her. Like I said before, she was on the XXL freshman cover list during that time. She even was able to land herself a Breakfast Club interview, which is usually only known for A-list artists or artists that we know is about to break through. And her label made sure that a bunch of hip-hop blogs and websites was doing a bunch of write-ups about her during that time. And she even got a feature from Kodak Black on one of her songs called What It Is. And she even have an original version to that song that has way more streams than the version with Kodak Black on it. Now, I'm gonna give you my real reason why I think it took a couple of years for fans to really catch on to Doechii after signing her deal. Like I said before, she signed to TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. And even though TDE over the years has been able to find and sign amazing artists, they also have been accused of not being the best record label. And let's take Reason for example, a former TDE artist who was very vocal about his issues with his label before they dropped him. Reason even went on a popular LA podcast named Back on Fig to express the fact that he felt that TDE was purposely sabotaging his album release. That episode got so bad with Reason that one of the presidents of TDE, Musa, called in, and Reason and Musa went back and forth for almost the whole episode.
Saying we got my boy Moose calling in, man, from TDE, man. What's the deal, man? You online? What's the deal, man?
I'm coolin', man. What's the deal? I'm calling in to go viral.
Yeah, let's go viral.
Let's pop.
Big Reeds, you want to have a convo? Let's have a convo, man. It sounds like you don't want to be here, damn near.
No, I never said that. I said I would never do it no other way. Let's go viral since you want to do it. Come on.
Hey, let me start by saying this, though, right here. Hey, T-Real, can you name me 10 Reason songs right now? You from L.A. You a L.A. native. Can you name me 10 Reason songs right now?
No.
Dave never wanted us to sign Reason. He called him a substitute teacher.
Get your shit off, Moose.
Dot always said that Reason had talent, but it's gonna take more than just talent in this game right now, and everybody know that. If you talk about weird times, you got Rayvon got motion. Rayvon ain't got an album out, a project out yet. You got Doechii, she got motion. She ain't got an album out. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Let me know. You want to have a conversation or you want to go viral?
Just be consistent.
I'm being consistent. I'm being consistent. So I'm asking you want to have a conversation or you want to go viral? Which one you want to do?
I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Okay,
man.
bet. All right, bet. Man, conversation go two ways. It go questions asked, questions answered. That's what a conversation is. It sounds like you want to go viral. That's what it sounds like, because the monologue is viral. I did not blame nobody.
This nigga blaming the label or no?
I said I haven't been consistent enough because I haven't been allowed to drop. The conversation is something that goes two ways. Which one you want to do?
No, man. I'm just answering your question.
I didn't have no questions. I didn't ask you not one question. So I'm saying.
I'm answering your statements. I'm answering your statements. I'm just answering.
Okay, so tell me one thing. Tell me one thing I lied about.
Even fans of the hip hop culture have accused TDE of holding back their artists like SZA and Isaiah Rashad, who has hinted at label problems before in the past. Now, there's not a lot of evidence of TDE being a bad record label, especially online, because they do a really good job of keeping all their music and business problems in-house. Now, when an artist usually signs to a record label, that label most of the time has complete control over how and when that artist drop music. And that can be really frustrating for an artist that likes to drop maybe 30 songs in a week. And record labels are also known to sell an artist in order to work on another artist that they might have signed signed at that time. Or it could simply be that Doechii decided to take extra long on developing her album, but she would still manage to drop singles and drop a whole EP in the meantime. Also, in a lot of her interviews I've watched, I've noticed that the interviewer would ask her questions about her label in a negative way, which kind of had me thinking like, dang, was Doechii mismanaged in some way or properly not handled by her label? Or was she simply put into artist development? And for those who don't know what artist development is a process that helps the artist develop their skills, brand, and career. So to wrap this all up, I honestly think that the reason why it took Doechii so long to put out an album after signing to TDE and gain the traction that she should have had back in 2022 was simply because TDE wanted to make sure that when they presented her to us, that she had the full package. She was equipped with great songs, she knew how to handle the media, and they knew how to properly brand her for her audience. If you guys was entertained by this video, please let me know in the comment section. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel where I'll be posting videos every other week. And also let me know whether y'all still think Doechii is an industry plant or not.